biggest thing that helped me win was making a transitioning my real estate business from a side hustle to an actual business. A lot of us, we stay in this side hustle mode, and it's for a couple reasons. A lot of it is fear, a lot of it is lack of understanding, and a lot of it is basically not doing some of the things that I'm gonna line out specifically right here today. But before I get into that, I want to caution you on a few things. Because guess what? Tracking metrics, yeah, it's easy if you're a one-man show, but at the same time, it's tedious and it takes a lot of discipline. And I'm gonna show you some things that I did to overcome not wanting to sometimes, or not taking it serious, because at the beginning, it's gonna be boring because you're not gonna immediately see the results, because you're not gonna see the patterns. And if you don't see the patterns, you're not gonna even understand why you're doing it. So these are a couple things that I did to keep myself accountable and maintain that level of discipline that I needed to get to the level of success that I am to now. So I would say out of all of them, number one is self-discipline, right? And how I was able to get over this is, initially I just forced myself to track the numbers, right? But I would definitely recommend automating this process as soon as you possibly can, because when you get tired, you're gonna stop. So if you can automate that process in any way, that whether that be with software, whether that be with anything that you can utilize, do that. So what I did was first I started on Excel, and of course that wasn't fully automated, but it did help me keep track of my numbers, and all I had to do was weekly just go in, put my budget, put what the leads was and the basic information, and it was there for me. Another step up would be something like using like a CRM, like Investorfuse 2.0 or 3.0. That's another good tool, or Podio. So you have options, but if you're working on a limited budget, stick with Excel. It works like a charm. Matter of fact, I think it probably works better because it's less fiddliness. You know what I mean? All you got to do is just put it in there, and you're good to go. So another way to hold yourself accountable and to maintain that level of discipline is to just keep it simple. Don't get too deep. Don't try to track every single little thing, at least at the beginning. Of course, you're going to evolve naturally. And the better you are at automating this process, the better you're gonna be at getting deeper and deeper and getting more out of less, if that makes any sense. And I'm gonna show you on the screen exactly how we do that too. First look at is your cost. That's number one of importance. And I wouldn't be too worried about the amount of leads that I'm getting whenever you start, because it'll throw you off if you set expectations. That's the reason why I intentionally didn't put any specific marketing here, because your results may vary, unless you know somebody in your specific market that can give you kind of like a baseline. These things vary all the time. And even if you know somebody in your market, that doesn't mean that their marketing style may be the same as yours or anything like that. So the amount of leads that you get can drastically vary from one person to another. Not on basic stuff, but some stuff it can, depending on how you do it. So you really want to just focus on the amount of money that you're spending for your marketing each week. You want to do this on a weekly basis, not a monthly basis, because if you do it on a monthly basis, it could throw you off real easy. So each week, even if, say for instance, if it's a 1 monthly bill, then you want to put that somewhere in here to where it's like like say you put it at the end of the month or whenever you pay it, or whatever week you pay it at that time. So you track that first. Then you want to start tracking the total amount of leads that you get on a weekly basis. Okay. It's critical that you do it weekly and not monthly, because again, it's real easy to lose count of this stuff if you don't. Then you want to track the amount of contracts you get. Like, so if, for instance, in this situation, I went ahead and put 4 contracts, because typically when you start your marketing, sometimes it takes a little while before those leads turn into actual contracts. So what you want to do is you want to go from there to your closed deals. So how many closed deals did you get in that particular month? That's self-explanatory, and that's for each month. Then from there, you want to go to your cost per lead. This right here is basically you taking the number of leads that you got, right, and dividing it by the amount of cost. Okay, that's what this number here is. It already has a formula in here automatically for you right here. Okay, same thing here, your cost per contract and your cost per deal. Same thing. It's just basically the total amount that you paid divided by this number here. Okay, and then this is your gross revenue, and this is your net revenue. Okay, then after you track this for month in and month out, you could go all the way down here, right, and then you'll see your year to date. You could compare that to your yearly goal, your first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Okay, and then you also can go down here, and then you want to look at what the summary of all of these channels look like. So you can go here and you'll say market one. This is your first marketing channel. Your total expenses, which is a total of all of this right here combined, right? And your total revenue, which is all of these numbers right here combined, right? And then this right here is your ROI, which is what is the percentage of return that you got from that particular investment. And of course, you can look at all of these investments total here. It's always good to have that total. If you just track this, like, you don't have to get too deep, because of course this document goes way deeper, and I'm not even going to show any of that, because I think if you could just track this alone, it's going to skyrocket your ability to start building your business the way that you really, really want to. Okay, so I would start here before anything, and then of course this stuff goes way deeper. You can start getting into conversion rates and all different kind of things. I mean, it's infinite possibilities in terms of the things that you could track. But I could tell you right now, just tracking this, not only will this keep you safe when it comes down to your tax returns at the end of the year. Of course, you want to use tools like QuickBooks or something like that to track your numbers. But if you just use this, you would know that, okay, I'm only paying taxes at least on just my profit. Right. A lot of people are paying taxes on everything because they didn't track this stuff, for the year. So they paying taxes on gross income instead of the net income. So that's problem number one. So you do not want to get into a habit of doing that, because not only will you be eating up every single penny of your profit, but you'll eventually get in trouble doing it. OK, so you don't want to give the government no more money than need be. Period. So hopefully this was a help to you guys. And of course, I'm going to be expanding on this same theory to just show you more and more detail on the things that you should be tracking and how to actually get that done. All right. Peace.